walk back and forth between their day-to-day lives. But I don't mind storms around me, trickling trump through the midnight sky. But I don't mind. You're gonna have to face it. You're gonna have to let it in. 'Cause up against the wall, the mountains seem to fall short to me. And after all, buildings seem to fall in threes.
Hey guys, so we've had a bit of a situation. We arrived in Luxembourg and it's not quite what we thought it was, if I'm honest. There is nowhere open and I had to try and source food from somewhere because there's a hotel, 30 euros a meal. Out there, everywhere it's like 30 euros. I managed to find this restaurant, but I had to venture through the forest. I've never had dim sum and I'm going to try it for the first time today. It's good to go.
I don't want adventure queen.
What is it? What are they? I don't even know what it is.
Dumplings.
Yeah, but what's in them?
Maybe pork, chicken, shrimp, maybe.
What do we think, guys? Are they safe?
Yes.
So the next morning we were up fairly early, but the elevators took forever. I'm not joking. I was probably waiting here a good 10-15 minutes for the elevators, and we soon found out across our trip that the elevators were a little bit temperamental. Sometimes we'd get in it and it wouldn't move, which was a bit frightening. But I did manage to get down to breakfast in the end, and it was very pleasant. There was even a little seating area just for us at BRB because there were so many of us. Good morning everyone, I just got on the bus. We have to make our own way to the theatres here in Luxembourg. The public transport is free. I haven't even started this vlog yet. If you're new around here, my name is Hannah Martin. And right now we are touring in Luxembourg to do our Ballet Black Sabbath. We just came from Rotterdam, so it's very different here. The hotel is like an hour away from anything, hours walk away from like civilization, so it's a bit interesting. So even though it was our day off, I wanted to head to the theatre and kind of get a scope for what it was like, what the studio was like, what the outside was like, where the stage door is. Sometimes it can be so disorientating, especially on a show day, to kind of arrive and not know where everything is. But I was pleasantly surprised by what I found. It's actually really big. Okay guys, I just arrived at the theatre. I don't know if I'm really supposed to be here because I haven't set up all the dressing rooms yet, which I brought like all my stuff and I was like, I'm not heaving this around Luxembourg. And then I arrived and it's all a bit weird. It's not like a normal theatre that we normally go to. I came in, okay, so this is the actual studio, but initially they brought me to this one. I thought potentially this was the ballet studio because she just brought me in here and it just said Black Sabbath Ballet and I was like, ooh, we are not going to be able to take class in here. But then there's this beautiful studio. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Wow. I'm going to do a little bit of stretching and a bar just to move my legs after the incredibly long coach journey yesterday. It was like 5 hours, 6 hours, and it was very cramped. Decided to get started here. We have the day off today, so I didn't have to come in, but I think I just wanted to move my body because we have class in a stage called tomorrow, and I just don't feel like I've trained as much the last kind of week or so because we have been on tour, and I wanted to explore the theatre and leave my stuff here. So now I've got here, I'm like, okay, think about it less, do more, and enjoy. I think this trip, so before I went I was so exhausted and I was like, I don't want to go, and I've been looking forward to this trip the whole year. As soon as I knew I was definitely going, I was excited about it. It's exactly what I've needed. It's so inspiring, seeing different cultures, seeing different theatres, different ways of life. I love travelling, so I'm very grateful for this experience so far. So I focused my session mainly on a good kind of stretch out, activating some of the muscles. We had been cramped in a coach for 5 hours the day before, so I just really wanted to move my legs, so I felt very stiff. A lot of these exercises I'm showing you here are in my Improve Your Arabesque tutorial, so if you guys want to check that out, I will link it down in the description below. I also have a opt-in for my email subscriber list where I send out updates, newsletters, anything I'm doing. Sometimes I teach Zoom classes and you might only find out if you're on that email subscriber list, which is totally free to sign up to. So I will also pop a link in the description to that. Make sure you confirm your subscription to make sure you receive all the updates that are coming. I've got some super excited things planned for the summer. I'm in the midst of kind of planning that at the moment, which I'm really excited about. Anyhow, back to the vlog. I did a quick bar just to move my body after all the stretching and a little bit of strengthening, and then to be honest I was pretty pooped. I don't understand how travel tires you in a certain way, but it really does. Man, I didn't feel tired when I started, but now I can feel the travel. That going back more, man. This is the best thing ever, a bed in a dressing room. I think yes. Why has no one ever thought this before? Because sometimes we get so tired. In Act 2, I reckon I'll be using that at some point. And then it was off to find some lunch. I kind of scouted through a lot of the lovely little cafes and streets of Luxembourg, and then I settled on this little pokey place, and I'm really glad I did because it started absolutely tipping it after I got my poke bowl, and then me and Reagan did a bit of exploring.
We just witnessed a historic moment. We witnessed them dancing.
The changing of the guard.
There was a few stomps. It was very musical, even though there was no music. And this landmark.
What was it? Remember what I said?
No. I have the paper.
Okay. Proper tourist. Look, we've even got the whole map.
Grand Ducal Palace dates from 1572 in Baroque style, but transformed into the Renaissance style of 1840. And this property is only listed for a few million. Just kidding. This property in its Baroque style.
That was his career development. So funny story, I think me and Reagan saw the royal family coming out of their palace. I have no idea if it was actually the king and queen, but we were like, we've met the king and queen on the first day of our trip here. I know that's kind of blowing it out of proportion, but anyhow, after we met the king and queen, we went over and saw all the different little cafes. That's something I love to do, is kind of just window shop cafes while I'm in different countries and see all their different pastries. And Luxembourg really gives me Paris vibes, like a quiet Paris. And I was just absolutely loving the atmosphere. I met up with some of the other girls and we got the bus back to the hotel because we were all by that point feeling a little bit tired. And then we went to the pool in the hotel, which actually did live up to expectation. It was really nice to kind of, again, move my body in maybe a different way, but just loosen up a bit after what had been, I don't want to say stressful kind of week, but it's been different. You know, when you're outside your surroundings, different food, and hence why tonight I made some nice salad and did my church online, which we hadn't done the day before because it was obviously Sunday when we travelled, and had a quiet morning before getting to work.
Morning.
So, events of the day, I had cream cheese instead of yogurt for breakfast. I loaded myself up, and then halfway, but basically when I finished it, I was like, this isn't yogurt, this is cream. Then I had a crash, and now we are going to work. Let's go. Ellie, you're gonna be on the vlog. Morning everyone, just arrived at the theatre. I've arrived like an hour and 15 early because I want to do a floor bar before we start, because we were meant to have a full run through of the ballet tonight, but that has been cancelled due to some technical issues, and so all I have today is class, and I want to kind of stay fit, stay in shape. So open night is tomorrow. We have a run through tomorrow afternoon, and then we have the show in the evening. Then we have one more show on Thursday, and then that's it until Hamburg, which is in a couple of weeks. So watch this space. So on this particular morning, I decided to do a floor bar. I kind of missed my progress in ballet technique and how that makes me feel. So I was like, I'm going to do this floor bar, which requires no equipment. It's actually, I think, Stefan Dow's floor bar. I might be wrong about that, but I will check that out for the next vlog if you guys are interested. It is something that I did when I was 12, and now revisiting it, I forgot how amazing it was. After class that morning, we head off to go and see the Modern Art Museum in Luxembourg. It was actually a really fun excursion. I thought we were going to have to pay
€10 to get in, but actually because we were under 26, we were able to get in for free, which was ideal. We went around and then we saw this kind of film art piece, which was a lot about kind of African culture and African heritage, and that was really interesting to watch. Then there was this fountain, which was actually ink. Again, a really fascinating piece to kind of look at and try and comprehend.
How is it floating? I don't know. Reagan, how's it floating? Tell me.
Magic.
They also had all of these dead flowers, which I'm assuming were alive at one time, maybe trying to show like the circle of life, and these other interesting bits and bobs. It was a very nice way to spend our afternoon, see a little bit of Luxembourg, and I'm just saying I love the supermarkets, and the ready-made meals are elite, so definitely recommend.
It's like they fit until you get to here, and then it's like...
So me and Reagan did a spot of shopping. We didn't really buy anything, but sometimes it's just nice to kind of see what's there. Like, we go to the shops that we have in the UK, but see how they are different in the other countries. And then we went to this beautiful church. It was the Notre Dame of Luxembourg, but it was so stunning and so peaceful. I think churches can be such a place where you can reflect and breathe and get away from the hustle and bustle of the streets. So we just sat in there for a good 20 minutes and just took it all in, saw the architecture, and for me this was a great moment just to still my heart before God as well, because I just hadn't had the time to breathe this whole trip. Then I got back and of course had my salad while watching a film with Reagan.
We had a great day in Lux. We saw a few
Oh
sights.
my god, I saw you do a peace sign and I was like...
And like, I got a bit sunburned.
I didn't.
I look
Like a blushing bride.
like I'd just done a workout.
Sweat is just weakness leaving your body. So I'm not sure how that has to do with the color of red. I used to do these workout videos and the guy used to be like, keep sweating, sweat is just weakness leaving your body.
Anyhow, we're gonna sleep. It's opening night tomorrow. Have we been on stage yet? No. Have we run the ballet here? No. Are we gonna do it tomorrow? Yes. Maybe. No. Who knows at this point? Someone smashed some lights and there's damage, but apparently it's okay. Put a thumbs up down in the comments down below.
Put a thumbs up in the comments below if you're damaged but okay.
That is good. That is content right there. Why is my lips like so pale? They're a little dry, but they look just very pale. Probably burnt my lips. Okay, Hannah's gonna love editing all 3 minutes of this.
I was like, my future Hannah.
Sorry, future Hannah.
That was
Love
me.
you. Bye.
So before we knew it was Wednesday. It was time for a stage call and the opening night all on the same day. All that excitement. Me and Reagan went for breakfast and then we had a very sweaty class. It was quite humid there. And yes, I film on my phone and sometimes I get some message notifications and I get a bit distracted. Anyway, we're back to the vlog. I have to say my shoes at this point were dying and we didn't have any more shoes on tour, so I was really just trying to preserve them, but it was making my life slightly difficult in class. Only really realised why I was struggling so much in class when I got back and I got new shoes and I was enjoying, like, wow, I can dance again. Anyhow, that's a story for another day. Me and the gals and Jack went to this lovely little coffee place and had a break because we had a 2-hour gap between that and the stage call, and then it was time to run the ballet.
I want you to fight for me.
Hey everyone, I am in the middle of a stage call right now. We're I think about to go on company break, and I just did Act 1. It was fine. Literally, we've done it so many times now, it was just like bashing it out. Yeah, feeling a little bit tired. I think sometimes not doing much you can feel more tired. I'm not sure how or why, but sometimes when you're in the flow of things, the adrenaline keeps going. This trip I haven't felt that tired for most of it because it's just been, I get inspired just by like what's around me. But I have to say, like, today is the first time I woke up and I was like, you know what? Porridge would be really nice right now, and my own bed and my family. I don't want to say homesick because I don't get so homesick anymore like I used to, but I just wish I could bring home here maybe some of the comforts of home and just my own food, because my tummy has decided it's enough is enough now. Well, it was my own fault because I had hummus yesterday, and hummus and me don't really, not just hummus, I had hummus and bulgur wheat. and red cabbage. I think the mixture of the three is just probably wasn't the best idea, but I thought it would be out my system by now. Anyhow, the show must go on. So I had a nice kind of morning, quite slow because we have a long day today. We had class with a new teacher. I went out for coffee with the girls because we had 2.5 hour break. And knowing me, I would just stay in the studio working the whole time and time myself out even more before opening night tonight. So I was trying to be savvy. Got back, got ready, I had lunch, got on for the stage call. Now I'm just waiting to do the last part of the stage call, which is Act 3, because I'm not involved in Act 2. So I pancaked my shoes for tonight. My last pair, they better last me tonight and tomorrow's the show. And I'm gonna spend the little bit of time I have left before Act 3 just breaking in another pair, so I'm not stressing about class tomorrow. Update complete.
And then it was time to prepare for the opening night here in Luxembourg. We were all excited about it, but definitely starting to feel like home was imminent. And of course I went and got my poke bowl before getting ready for the show. Yeah, I was not feeling 100% myself this day, but that's kind of what it is in showbiz. Like, it is what they say, you know, the show must go on, and if you're feeling fit enough, you've got to get on the stage no matter what. And to be honest, once I got on there, everything kind of clicked. We've done this show quite a lot now, so I don't want to say you go on autopilot because I always like to be in the present moment, but you know, the ballet was very much in my muscle memory. These videos are actually from one of the spectators that they posted online, and I was like, wow, I've never actually seen myself do any of these movements because I've always been in the ballet, so it was kind of interesting to look and analyse and always see how I could be doing it better. Again, shout out if you can find me in this group of people. Message down below what colour t-shirt I have on if you can spot me. Like another Where's Wally moment. After the show, of course, we were very grateful to have a lovely, amazing audience.
Opening night drinks time. Woo! You're on the vlog, Lachlan.
We are arriving at the party. Fantastic opening night in Luxembourg.
I need you in the vlog more. You're a great presenter.
Anytime, Hannah.
And I just wanna see you care more. I'm not gonna kiss you anymore.
First international tour, almost done.
And for me, it's completely.
I need to wind down. Normally 33 minutes. And good morning. It is a new morning. It is Thursday today. We had an opening night last night, very fun. Sleep at 1 a.m. and woke up at 8. It was a miracle, honestly. Actually, I've been waking up pretty late these days after shows. I think Black Sabbath just exhausts you in a way that forces you to sleep. And now we're just getting the bus to the theatre. We're going to do a good old warm-up before today's class. But yeah, feeling good, feeling happy. Last day, let's go.
As our schedule was pretty light here, I quite enjoyed doing a bit of floor bar before classes in the morning just to keep my muscles activated and ready and strong. I found like I was probably doing even less than I normally would do at home, even though we were doing shows every night. So I did half the floor bar before class started, and then I was going to save the other half to warm up for the show in the evening because we had a big gap between class and the show. Another sweaty class. It was meant to be on stage, but then because the piano went missing, we ended up doing it in the studio, which is kind of funny because I'm thinking how do you lose a piano? But it happened, and we did find the piano in time for the show. But actually I quite liked doing it in the studio because we had the mirrors, and I was actually really enjoying kind of working a bit more on my technique in this particular venue. And also sometimes mirrors can be not so fun, and other times it can actually give you a little bit more confidence and be like, oh man, I'm not as bad and as wobbly and as awful as I feel like I am. I was looking, I was like, actually no, things are coming. Things are not perfect, but things are coming. The little nuances that I'm trying to implement in my work, slowly but surely they're coming. And then again, we went for a little walk around Luxembourg. Me and Reagan were quite enjoying being tourists, and we liked sitting outside this supermarket called Monoprix and just taking in kind of the atmosphere and people watching a little bit, having a drink. And then we went for a little walk and saw the Undercity, which was something we hadn't quite explored yet, and it was quite a journey down, so we didn't decide to walk down there on this particular day because we were both quite tired, and obviously I had the show in the evening. But we decided on our last day, which was going to be the following day, that we were going to go explore and walk right down and see the beautiful sights that we were beholding.
Now we're standing on a bridge in Luxembourg. The old city of Luxembourg has many levels, as you can see. An upper level and a lower level. And we are in the middle of those two levels. Now, if you take the trails around, you have more beautiful views and a few more benches and lots of places to stop and take breaths, which is very needed.
That's what we need.
We have some rose bushes and many other tourists around, so you'll never feel lonely. Now, this way we've got more of what you've probably just seen and some lovers locks, which Hannah and I have obviously put one on.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
in the hope that we might find someone.
Well, I was talking about.
Once I got back to the hotel, I finally had some lunch because my tummy had been really off the whole day, and then I actually had a beautiful nap. What a ballet dance move. Clicking joints. Who can relate? I got back and I did my floor bar warm up that I had said that I would do at the beginning of the day. So I did half of it in the morning and then half of it now, just to kind of get my joints moving again, because the opening number in Black Sabbath is quite intense and I want to make sure I protect my body. So warm ups for me are more than anything, not just preparing my body to perform well, but also protecting it from injury.
Just finished warming up for the show-ish. I mean, I've just done some floor bar to get me going. I did half of it this morning, then just half now to get the body nice and warm. And now we are going to get costume on, get the point shoes on. I always like running the opening number a couple times before I go on, just to make sure that the body is ready to go. Tummy's been a bit off today, so I'm feeling a little like sluggish, but hopefully I'll wake up and we'll have a good performance. The show must go on. It will happen somehow. You always find the energy from somewhere. So let's get this last show here in Luxembourg. Let's get it going.
So it was a race to the finish. I feel like by this point we'd been away from home for quite a bit of time, so we're all a little bit tired, but we got through the show and again really enjoyed it. This ballet is a lot of fun to perform. Thank you so much, Riku, for this amazing clip from the ballet. I'm so glad to kind of have these memories to cherish. And here I am after Act 1, feeling like $1 million, as you can see. And then it was time to get ready for Act 3.
I feel like it's so out of focus. Hey! Got there in the end. I jet glued it a weird way and now it feels weird. Last show.
Last Luxembourg show time!
We're just done. They got into it. They got clapping.
Yeah, they were just sat there like, we got them going. And then the applause, oh my god, they're like,
Wait, they showed up.
for it. I think we worked for it though, because they weren't gonna do it.
And if you were in the audience, we love you.
Yeah,
Even
sorry.
though we're slating your performance, we do love
We appreciate it. We
appreciated it.
And it was fun. We had fun, right?
Yeah, and tomorrow we go home.
I know, yeah.
Sad but happy. Bittersweet.
Yeah, I think we're happy. It's
ready
been
to
like
go
2
home.
weeks, so happy
Get
to
us
go
home.
to bed.
Right.
Lol.
You're on the vlog. Jack.
Oh my gosh, wait, I had a... Hold on, I need better lighting. Hold on.
Okay. Eric, come on. How are you feeling?
My feet hurt.
He was on point earlier today, so he's allowed to say that. How do you feel? How do you feel the shows went?
Great, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Better than expected, to be honest.
I don't wanna waste no time.
Cheers.
Pardon this lack of composure.
Well done us. Well done
We
everyone.
made it.
And a friend.
This is what has come to everyone. It's like midnight. Eating my salad. Today I just wasn't able to stomach it before the show, but I'm finally hungry now, so we're gonna eat.
So it was our final day in Luxembourg, and sadly I forgot to do my hotel room review. I'm really not doing so well with these things, but I did get a video of breakfast because I was down there quite early because I was a bit hungry on this particular morning, and it was a nice selection. I really can't complain. The only thing is, guys, there was no porridge, okay? No porridge means it automatically gets 2 marks off. But I have to say the cookies, the pancakes, the chocolate muffins, the pastries, the boiled eggs, and the fact I could pretty much make my lunch straight from breakfast was great.
Sightseeing once again.
Sightseeing once again. This is a replica of what it would have looked like on Easter morning.
Where's the big stone rolled
That
away?
is like, it's more metaphorical. Like, you know how we went to the Modern Museum of Art the other day, and things are metaphors. You don't always understand art. So it actually, within this, that is the stone. So the tomb is within the stone. Because it's modern art, you know.
Lovely. You'd be a great tourist guide. We are out and about. We got out 10:30, which is pretty good after a show day, and we're just mooching around again. It was supposed to be raining, so we're very grateful it's not currently.
And we just earned 14 euros.
Guys, we almost spent $14.50 on a little like train ride around, like sightseeing, but we didn't. So girl math says we actually just earned €14.50 because we didn't spend it. So we should go sit on that bench there.
We should.
So as we promised ourselves the day before, we went to explore the Undercity. However much we were nervous about the incline on the way back up, we walked all the way down and it was absolutely beautiful.
Mountain tops and seas be
I'm not looking forward to walking back up, but it's nice fun we're down here.
always find a way home.
The sights and the atmosphere down here was completely different to the hustle and bustle of the city streets, and we were just enjoying nature, the water, the air. It just felt so fresh. You guessed it, we had a poke bowl for lunch.
This life.
How many poke bowls have I had this trip and they still hit the spot?
Then we had a little coffee at this lovely little pastry place that I had seen on the first day. It was absolutely beautiful. There were so many of these little bakeries everywhere, which just reminded me so much of Paris. Before we checked out of the hotel, we were getting the coach at 3:30 to the airport, and it was time for this big adventure to come to a close. Unfortunately, our first flight was actually almost 45 minutes delayed. So it gave me lots of time to edit the vlog you're watching and the Rotterdam one before we got on the plane. And again, it was just such a reflective moment of the last few weeks and how grateful I was to have been part of this. It's been a truly memorable experience.
Our flight was delayed, and so we're having to make a transfer in Amsterdam. That was the whole plan the whole time, but now we're a little bit more in a rush because it's only a 90-minute transfer. And now we've got just under an hour. So we arrived back, we were in the Uber back. We didn't splurge on an XL, so this is our situation currently. Packed in like sardines. You alright there, Callum?
I'm great.
He did the heavy lifting, so he deserves a...
Yeah, he needs a break, but how long is the ride?
20 minutes?
Oh, we'll be fine. We're back.
Yay.
We made it home.
Yay, we did.
Guys, if you made it all the way to the end of this vlog, make sure to comment this emoji. And always remember to
Dream big and make it happen.
and be persistent. That's a new one.
But also sleep.
What do we need? Sleep?
Yes.
We can sleep when we're dead.
That's very true. You could sleep when you're dead.
But
But you
get
know what?
sleep.
You would enjoy it much more if you're alive.
Very true, very true.
Home.